Alright guys, so first thing we're going to do is go through just how to hinge from the hips and how to maintain a good torso position. This is going to be critical and one of the main things that people get wrong when deadlifting. So I'm not even going to start by teaching a deadlift. What I'm going to start is at an RDL. Just a quick note on that is that if you can't do the RDL correctly, there are regressions to that. Many regressions to that we will use to step people up to being able to do the hip hinge correctly before this. But we're going to assume you can do everything and that you can do an RDL correctly. So we're going to start there. I'm just going to position myself an inch away from the bar, which is where I'm going to set up for a deadlift anyway. But I'm just going to focus on the hinge. So in the top position, what I'll cue people to do is to find their heels and their toe, find their center of gravity, their midfoot, push their heels into the ground. What that's going to do is you should feel your hamstrings and your glutes straight away when you do that. To get even more heels, to get even more of that sensation, I'm going to cue people to tuck their hips slightly. Not whilst unlocking the knee, so I don't want you to tuck and lose it. Just keep these knees locked and tuck as much as you can. Tuck your tail, posterior to your pelvis, however you want to think about it. So this little bit of a tuck, just by me doing that, allows me to kind of push my heels into the ground even more, get that input from the ground, and it allows me to feel my hamstrings and glutes even more. This is where I want to start, and conveniently it's where I want to finish later as well, but we'll go through that then. The second thing I want to do is just exhale, find my abs, and this gives me a position to find, to keep that ribs and hips. This is the position I want to keep throughout the lift. So now I put myself in a really good position, and now I just need to keep this position as I lift and hinge. Alright, so from here, we're going to find our heels, tuck, exhale, get ribs, pelvis, heels all in a straight line. Make sure that we're balanced, we're not going to fall over. And then from here, I'm going to cue people just to sit back, push their bum towards the wall behind them, and just find that RDL. Just find that hinge, find their hamstrings. You should feel your hamstrings stretch straight away. You should be feeling your abs from that exhale. If you don't, just keep breathing out, find them. And then just really slowly work your way down towards the ground, keeping your hamstrings tensioned, keeping your heels, toe, midfoot balance, and keeping those ribs down. A lot of people will want to do these ones. We don't want an arch in our back. A lot of people will bend forward. We don't want to flex too back. We want to focus on keeping tension, hamstrings, glutes, abs, and midfoot balance. Once you get to about here, that will be where an RDL finishes, depending on your flexibility. So a bit further, a bit higher, wherever you feel that your hamstrings are maxing out and that you're getting back movement now through your spine, that's where you want to stop. And then from here, I cue people to squeeze their upper hamstring glutes and really push their hips forward without losing their ribs. So I don't want to feel like you're driving your head or your shoulders towards the roof. I feel that's a bad cue, and I feel it makes people extend. What I want to focus on is keeping my abs, driving through my hips and bringing my hips to the bar. So it should look something like that. Head positioning, you can look to the slightly out in front of you. So this is a good drill to do as a warm-up to deadlifting even, to help you find that pattern. If you're a person that really likes to extend or really likes to let your back take over and round throughout a deadlift, it's just a really good drill to help load where you should be and keep balance, find that pattern. And then from here, we're going to go into an actual deadlift or load it, and that's how you're going to do an RDL. But either way, you need to learn that before you can produce an efficient deadlift.